Assalamu alaikum, my name is Balikis. Welcome to my video. For this hijab, we are going to be needing our front hijab length, our back hijab length, and our head circumference. So let's get started. The first thing we need for this video is our front hijab length. And to know the amount of fabrics we need to multiply our front hijab length by 2. So mine is 36. Multiply by 2, that's 72. So at least I need 72 inches of fabric. So I'll just take my tape over it to check if I have the exact amount of fabrics that I need. So I'm just taking measurement of the fabrics I have. So it is 72 inches. It is the exact amount that I need. So the next thing I'm going to do is to fold my front hijab length into 2. And since mine is 36, I'm just going to fold the 72 inches into 2. Thereby having 36 inches at both sides. So I'm just going to place it on my table, which I'm doing. Then after that, the next measurement we need is our back hijab length. We should note that the front and the back is not the same, because if you make it the same length, then the hijab is going to jump at the back. So my back hijab length is 42, so I'm just going to subtract my front from my back. So that's 42 minus 36. I'm going to have 6 inches. So I'm going to be folding 6 inches from the front. So I'm just taking my tape over it to cross check if I have 6 inches. So I have 6 inches. Please, we should note, if our hijab is going to have cap, then we're going to have to subtract the number of cap from our back hijab length. So for example, now if I'm going to have a cap of 3 inches, instead of me folding 6, I'm just going to subtract 3 from 6. Then I'm going to be folding about 3 inches. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is to fold it into a triangular form, just like I'm doing. Then after folding, I'm just going to start inserting my front hijab measurement, which is 36. So I'm going to be chalking 36 around. To form a triangle. So I'm checking it around to form a triangle. Then I'm just going to take my scissors and cut. I'm cutting exactly on the line that I marked. So I'm cutting now. Yes. So after cutting, this is what we are going to have. We have a triangle. We should have a triangle after cutting. Then opening it up, this is what we are going to have. Then our back is going to be longer than our front. So this is it, opening it up. So to sew it now, we need our head circumference. The head circumference I'm working with is 20. So dividing that by 2, because the hijab is folded into 2. So that will give me 10. So I'm just going to mark that 10 inches. And I'm going to notch it. So to sew it now, what we're going to do is to take from one notching part to another notching part and fold about 1 inch. We fold in into 2 for about 1 inch, and then we sew on it. Then we now come from the notching parts downward. From the notch part downward, and then we sew on it. Then we can hem the down parts or use our overlocking machine in it. So coming to the sewing part now, I'm just going to fold it into 2. I'm going to fold it twice, about 1 inch. And this is to give the front, the head opening, that is the front part, a good look. And one thing about this place is that one has to be very careful and one's hand has to be straight. Yeah, so I'm just going to be sewing over it. Then if you feel your hand is not straight, that you can't really sew over it, you can just use your overlocking machine to give the front part a good look also. And this is where we are going to insert your cap if you are going to be fixing cap to it. So basically I'm just still sewing on it. So after sewing, this is what we should have. The front part should be like this. Yes, basically like that. So I'm done sewing the front part now. So I'm just going to show you what it looked like after sewing. So this is what it looks like after sewing. Then the next thing we are going to do is to fold our part into two, from one notch part to another. And then we are just going to sew the remaining front parts. We leave the hijab opening and then we sew the remaining front parts. I'm still taking my measurement again, so be sure that I have my 10-inch. Then we're just going to sew about 1 inch downward to cover up the front part of our hijab. I'm just going to take it to my sewing machine now and then sew down. So after sewing, this is what we are going to have. So I've sewn the front parts, then that's the hijab opening. Yeah, basically the hijab opening. And I'm just going to turn it to the right side. So after turning to the right side, we have to notch the front parts. But basically this is how the front parts will look like. So I'm just going to give it a good press. Yes. So the opening of the hijab and then the front part. Pretty easy, right? Then for this part, I'm just going to take my machine over it in order to give the front parts a lasting stitch, because I don't want it to be loosened. So I'm just going to take my machine over it using my back stitches. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm just top stitching on it. So after top stitching on it, that's what we're going to have. So basically this is how our hijab is going to look like. The front and then the back. That's our hijab finished look. I hope you're able to make yours. It's quite easy, right? Please make sure you make yours and try to show us so we can see. Take care of yourself. And thanks so much for watching. Thank you for watching.